It's over. Wait, no, it's not. We got back together. Wait, are we together? Well, that part is over too if you've ended twin flame separation. But the thing is, how do you know that it's over until you get these three signs? So here they are. Super confusing when you've been in this like deep resurrection phase, internal work. Your twin flame is doing the work, and then you get back together, but you're not really together. And like, what is going on here? So most people will have these three signs. The first one is that you are now in your power. Not just you, but you too. And there's power together. You feel it, it's palpable. And that's because you have been doing this deep internal work. Perhaps you're like me and you were like, I don't need a man after all. I feel so strong. Like I'm every woman. After I cried and processed and got counseling and joined my sister's circle and like really did this deep internal work. I also started to practice some deep, intensive, orgasmic, self-loving practices because I didn't want to be reliant on my twin flame. I wanted to be a lioness, really, really in my fire and power. And so that if he came back, well, good for him. He's a lucky man. And if he didn't, I had my options open to myself. I wasn't coming from desperation or doubt. So what are you doing to step up into your game of self-love, power, and pleasure? They're all connected. So when you come from your power, it's going to feel so different from that last time around when you were just like, I need you, or like, leave me alone, don't be all needy. And we have these traumas and wounds, and it gets, you remember when you were in your twin flame arguments and the separation began, right? It's a lot of intense pain. Well, now you're so strong that you can handle the pain. It doesn't even hurt. It's like you can handle 1,000 degrees of fire versus before you're like, ouch, 100 degrees. You have strengthened your soul. Now, the second sign is that you honor each other's desires and needs, and you know what the container looks like. Like what I'm talking about is before you're like, I don't know if that works for me, but I'm gonna be a people pleaser. I'm not gonna tell him that I don't want him checking out other women, or it's not really a problem if I'm the breadwinner. Like I don't really need to ask my partner to show up and make money, or if I really want to be out there out of my closet as a healer intuitive, I'm just gonna wait until later to just see how it goes. You are like fully owning your desires. You're owning your desires together. Maybe you've even had some really awkward discussions about what you like in the bedroom. Maybe you're even having awkward discussions on what you desire in this relationship, and you're not sure if they're going to give that to you. And the cool thing is you just keep asking for what you want, and you know that you're going to be served. And if you're not, then you know that it will be with somebody else. You're not coming from desperation. You're coming from this like, I have the universe on my side. The universe has my back, and my twin flame, whoever it may be, will support me in that. So you've claimed your power, and then you're able to share every desire. And whoa, there's a fusion. Things line up. I remember when I was in my twin flame separation with my hubby Jack, man, it was intense. And we would get into arguments about things. Like I didn't like that he wanted to sleep in his own office, like separate bedroom. I was like, we need to sleep together every night. If you're my man, this is what I need. And he was like, well, I don't want that. I need to have like one night a week. I'm a projector in the human design system. I need to have my space. So there was like this arguing going back and forth, and we had our separation. Then I really tuned into like what I actually needed. I came into like my self-worth, my power. I did some deep healing, and then I realized, you know what, if he needs to go do himself like one night a week, like that's awesome. I have space for myself, and I actually enjoy my time alone. And so when we got back together, we had honest conversations about what our desires, needs, and boundaries were. And it was like, oh, we can make this work. Yeah, like I'm willing to wager you one of my things over here for one of this. And we had this whole like compromised plan that we were actually excited to play into. And it got really fun, and it was like a new exciting relationship because we weren't coming from our old past patterns of control and fear and trying to win the game. And instead we're like, how can we win this together? And it felt so much better. The third sign is the commitment. Maybe it's a ring like it was for us. We put the rings back on after we had taken them off, which was super intense. but there's this juicy like excitement that you're starting again, and that's when you know that it's actually over, is when you two come together, you shake hands, you hug, and like you sign on the dotted line. At least on a soul level, we are in this for the long haul. You've done the work, you really want to be here, you're psyched to get in there and keep growing this baby, and you know it's going to be challenging because it's a twin flame relationship, not for the faint of heart. And you've both agreed to doing whatever it takes to keep moving through the blocks. Whereas before you would have been like, ooh, that boulder is a little too big, or your shanty is stanky, I'm not going to deal with that, or your stuff is stanky, I'm not going to deal with that because I just want something much easier and lighter. And instead you're really showing up in the commitment, like, okay, let's roll up our sleeves, let's get through this, what is it going to take? You're using the twin flame mirror tool, which I talk about in my masterclass, Bring in Your Beloved Now. By the way, if you are a single spiritual woman and you are on the path to your twin flame, you're committed and ready to call in ecstatic love, deep intimacy, sensual, physical, energetic, emotional, mental with your life partner, then don't miss out on Bringing Your Beloved Now. It is a twin flame masterclass, complimentary on the house, that my partner and I put together. It's been many, many years in the making, and it's super powerful. I'm going to walk you through the 3 most common sabotages that single spiritual women make so you don't make them. And I'm also going to share the difference between a twin flame, a false twin flame, and the karmic soulmate, so you can know exactly what to look for. You'll also learn about the twin flame mirror tool and some really juicy tips and secrets. So click the link in the description box below. And ultimately, my sister or brother, if you are here, this is the time to make your healing happen on the planet. Don't wait for your twin flame to come running back. Do the work on yourself and know that they will come in the right timing. This is an opportunity to heal out your old wounds and blocks. And if you're not absolutely sure that it's your twin flame, then it's not sure yet. And if you're sure and they're still running from you and you're still in separation, then I would really look at like, what's the disconnect there? If you're 100% sure and it's not happening and you want it to happen now, then there's a hidden block, a wound, something that's needing to be moved, and just ignoring it is not going to let it go. We need to make changes within ourselves. We need to make changes in the world, in the world of love, and really this is the time to do that. Time does not exist on a certain level, and women who wait and say, you know, like, I'm waiting for him to deal with his karma or whatnot, that is totally not going to work. And I've seen women waiting for 10 years hoping that someone will come back. I even have women that have told me they've been waiting since high school, and they're like getting in their 30s, and they say they know that that's their twin flame, and yet there is no sign, actual physical sign. So the cool thing is we can reverse the waiting game by empowering ourselves, by really stepping into our own twin flame path. And usually there are some hidden love blocks that need support to be cleared out, subconscious blocks, and that's what Jack and I love to support you with. So check out Bring in Your Beloved Now. We talk more about this, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste, namaste.